Okay, first off, as of right now, 9:42, only 2/3 of you did your homework from last night. That means 20 of you did not bother to take the 5-question quiz. It's 5 questions and it's multiple choice. 20 of you did not do it. If that is you, it needs to be done today. Okay? Not hard. Also, some of you, I'm really disappointed in your grades on your quiz. Well, actually, a lot of you totally rocked it. 80s, 100s, great. But some of you guys did it in a minute. I actually had someone do it in 17 seconds. And anyone want to guess on how they did in 17 seconds? Not good. Okay? Take your time. Every single question from yesterday was in the story. It is a comprehension quiz. That means go to the story and use your resources. Mrs. Kneifel doesn't like it when people are failing because they're being, no offense, too lazy to go look up the answers, okay? So we need to start being better. Also, 20 of you didn't do it, okay? But all that aside, what?
I'm just trying to process how someone would do that in 17 seconds. You wouldn't even.
I don't know. I don't even know how the computer works that fast. Okay, I don't even know how it went. So that's not my problem. So, anyways, we're moving on from that. That was my spiel. I'm done with my spiel. Wow. Isla, I hope you're on here, not actually taking your thing. Ariana took a test without going over it. Ava, oh man. Ava, you took the wrong test this morning. So now you're going to miss out on questions. I'm not sure why you people would start a quiz. Connor, Eden, I'm not sure why you would start taking this quiz before we've gone over it. But anyways, the two of you that haven't, or everyone that hasn't already taken it, please hop on to the 9 questions. Actually, it's 10 questions this week. Yeah, it's 10 questions this week. Please hop your little selves on to the test for today, and we're going to, of course, do some together and go over it.
Is it like that form that you're talking about?
I have no idea, Evan. Yesterday, you had to take 5 questions. Today is the assessment that we take at the end of the 2 weeks, which we've been doing the entire year. It is the 21st week of school. We should not be taking things before we've gone over them or before you've been told to. Okay? So Ariana and Ava, there's no reason you should have already completed this quiz or this test. We have not even gone over the questions together. Eden, that's fine that you're on it. Just get back on it because we are going to go over the questions together. That way you can be successful because I want you to be successful.
And that's like an 17-second quiz. That's like an average of like 3.5, 3.6 seconds every question. So keep that in mind. You wouldn't even be able to read it. You wouldn't even be able to read the answers. You would just click.
He's speed running.
Yep. All right. Voices need to be off, though, because we're going to get started. That way you guys have plenty of time to do this because I want it done. Okay? So this is the Module 4 Week 1 assessment. Okay? So, as always, you have to read the paragraphs. There's only 6 paragraphs this week. That's shorter than some of your other stories, so make sure you read it. Question number 1 is about text structure, a problem solution text structure, which we talked about yesterday. Remember, problem solution text structure. It tells you the problem and the solution. So you have to read it, and then you have to decide which answer is telling me the problem, but also giving me the solution. We know what a problem is. We know what a solution is. One of these is going to give us the problem and the solution. Okay? Okay. The second one is on homophone/homograph, words that mean the same thing. So, astronauts also went through training to survive in the desert in case they landed off their planned course. What is the meaning of the course used above? So think, if I'm headed on a course, what does that mean? Was I heading on a path? Was I headed on a series? Was I headed on a rough? Was I headed on a grainy? Okay, if you're headed on a running course, another word for course would be what? Okay, The next one is asking about central or main idea, which we've talked about so many times this year. And it's asking about paragraph 5 specifically. So you're going to go to paragraph 5 and reread that. And you're going to say, okay, what is the overall thing that paragraph 5 wants me to learn? Okay, so you're going to pick that out. Remember, you don't want the tiny details. You want the big overall picture for the central or main idea. Okay. Number 4. Dun, da, da, da. This one's a little bit challenging, so we're going to answer it together. Okay. So this is more about the problem solution text structure. So which word or phrase from the article signals a problem and solution structure? So during, in all, in light of, or finally. So during does not signify that I have a solution because I'm still continuing with the problem. In all could be a container in light of. So in all of the problem, in light of the problem, or finally in the problem. Which one of those sentences makes the most sense? If I'm talking about a problem headed to the solution, in all of the problem, in light of the problem, or finally the problem. Which one of those sounds like I'm headed towards a solution? B, C, or D? Anyone? Angelina, what do you think? I didn't hear you. Try again. You were staticky. Ooh, turn up your volume. I definitely cannot hear you.
I think she said finally.
Finally.
All right, so I could see how finally would make sense, but we're headed towards the solution. So finally, the problem is not headed towards the solution, okay? So I'm going to disagree with finally. Finally, it would be more like a, whatchamacallit thing. Hold on, people that are raising their hands. Finally, it would be
Sequence?
like, hold on. Yeah, sequence. Finally would be like sequence. So this, then this. So we know it's not during because during the problem does not show us the solution. That means currently. And finally would be sequence. So in all of the problem or in light of the problem. Olivia, you had your hand up.
In all.
All right, I'm going to disagree with you. The answer is in light of. So in light of the problem, this. So I'm going to tell you the solution even though there's a problem. In all the problem does not head us towards a solution. That's just saying there's a problem. So for number 4, you need to click C, saying in light of. You can throw the word problem there. In light of the problem, guess what? There's going to be a solution, okay? So number 4 is C. If you get that wrong, it's your own fault because I'm saying it right now, okay? Number 5, we are talking about our suffix AL right here. So over the next 3 years, 5 additional Apollo flights landed successfully on the moon. Think of the suffix AL. What does the word additional mean? We know what additional means. Think about addition. When you add addition, if I have 5 pieces of candy and then I have 6, guess what? I'm adding blank. Additional means blank. Does it mean more, longer, exciting, or different? No one should be getting that wrong. We know what additional means. Like if you have additional homework, that means blank homework, okay? Number 6. The author's tone of paragraph 6. So how is the author acting in paragraph 6? Are they acting calm, acting casual, friendly, or are they admiring? Admiring means like really looking up to, okay? Next is the short answer one, and I better be getting some long paragraph radar answers. I know you guys worked on it in social studies. We worked on it this week on our e-learning day, and we did it together last week. So I better be seeing some awesome answers. It says, which details from paragraph 6 best support the main idea that landing on the moon was an important achievement? So you're going to say, maybe to start it off, landing on the moon was an important achievement, period. According to paragraph 6, blah, 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 you're going to list the reasons why it was important. have some text evidence, yada, yada, yada. Make sure you have a conclusion sentence. You should have about 4 or 5 sentences in this answer. If you write me 1 sentence, you're not going to get the points. If you don't restate your question, you're not going to get the points. Okay? If you don't have conclusion, you're not going to get the points. You have to, oh, I just hit my keyboard. You have to actually use effort. We are 21 weeks into 5th grade. Baby answers are not going to cut it anymore. Okay? They're just not.
Miss Kneifel,
Yes.
Mrs. Vargas said that a paragraph is 5 sentences, so you have to at least have 5 sentences.
Okay.
Every one of you.
I have 5 sentences. All right. Number 8, 9, and 10 we're going to do together because they are the writing questions. And I hate when you guys do bad on your reading test because you got the grammar questions wrong. So we are going to do all 3 of these together. So I'm going to read this, be looking, and have your hand up if you know the correct answer. So Casey wrote about an experience flying a kite. Read Casey's draft and look over for any changes he should make. When you finish reading, answer the questions that follow. Okay, cool. Flying Helen's kite. Helen asked me to help her fly her kite, her new kite. I thought she should launch it by herself. That's not what it says in the directions, replied Helen. Read them. And they suggest that another person hold the kite during the launch. According to the directions, the person helping should let go of the kite as soon as the person flying it yells, pull the line. We followed the directions, but the wind would not cooperate. Hey, Helen yelled. You need to hold the kite above your head to catch the wind. When I raised the kite, the wind lifted off. At the same time, Helen pulled on the kite, and the kite climbed into the sky. It turns out you really do need 2 people to fly a kite. Great story about flying a kite. So, what is the correct way to write sentence 3? Quote, that's not what it says, quote, in the directions, comma, replied Helen. So I want you to look over these 3 options. Well, 4. There's 4. Except for it's not no change needed, so I'm going to take one out for you. And when you think you know the answer, raise your hand. When you think you know the answer, raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. Yeah.
Well, when I say, I just have to say hand raise because I'm the tablet.
Angelina, I cannot hear what you're saying at all today. You are really breaking up. If you want to say something, just type it because it's not working. All right, Ma Presley, what do you think? What's the answer, ma'am?
I think it is B.
I agree with you. I'm not sure why they put the quotes off in the middle of the sentence, but the quotes need to go all the way till after directions. So the correct answer for 8 is B, okay? B. No one should get that wrong because I just said it, okay? B. Moving on. Read sentence 5. According to the directions, comma, the person helping should let go of the kite as the person flying it pulls on the line. Quote, what is the correct way to write the underlined part in the sentence? According to directions, quote, the person, according to the directions, period, quote, according to the direction, or quote, according to directions, comma, the person, or no change needed. When you think you know the answer for a sentence number 5, question number 9, raise your hand. Remember, these are the grammar questions, okay? When you think you know, raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. Hannah Druber, what do you think, ma'am?
3. C.
I disagree with you. According to the directions, because when we're reading according to the directions, this is talking about something from text, a text citation. So the directions are saying this part. So no one is saying this who are just talking about it. So it'd be from a text. So I'm going to disagree with you. It is not C. Eden, what do you think? Eden? Going once, going twice?
I was thinking no changes needed, but I'm not sure if that's it.
I agree with you. No changes needed. It's already wrote the right way. It's according to the directions, comma, and then this is what the directions say. We're quoting the directions, so it is no change needed. I repeat, number 9, no change needed, D. And the last question, what change should be made to sentence 7? I'm going to reread sentence 7. Hey! Ellen yelled. All right. Add an exclamation point after hey, because remember, she yelled it, or remove the period after yelled, add a question mark at the end of the sentence, or no change needed. When you think you know the answer, raise your hand. Michaela, what do you think?
I think it's the exclamation mark after hey.
Right, this is an interjection. She's showing a ton of emotion. Hey! So you need to add an exclamation mark after hey. So, 10 is A. All right, so we have been through the whole entire quiz together, and we did 4 of them together, okay? That means you got at least like a 40% right now. So, does anyone have any questions over this before I let you go? If you have a question, now is the time to ask. If you don't have a question, you could always email me later. But guess what? This needs to get done, and you have at least 25 minutes left in reading class, so feel free to do it right now. Okay. Also, if you did not do yesterday's homework, you need to do it. So yesterday's homework has to get done if you're one of the 20 people that didn't bother to do it. And this needs to get done before Monday's class as well. If I were you, I would just do it today. If you have a question, now is the time to ask. If you don't have a question, you are free to leave. Feel free to email me if you have a question along the way. Does anyone have any questions? If you have a question, unmute yourself and ask now.
I have a question.
Yes, Mia.
How long is the story?
It's 6 paragraphs. I told you that at the very beginning.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 paragraphs, okay? That's it.
Goodbye, Miss Knuffle.
Bye. All right, you guys are free to go. If you have any questions, email me. Take your time. Read the entire story. Use the story to help you. All of the above.
Bye.
You're free to go whenever.
Bye.
Bye.